This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Whenever possible, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened.
Okay, Rick, how many more you got to put in? Well, you got the ranch and all that.
On June 9th, 1991, in Columbia, South Carolina, Chrissy Morton was sunbathing at a friend's house while her family worked on the dock at the lake behind their house.
My father and my grandfather and Reed were all putting in a boat lift, an electric boat lift on our dock.
Hey, it looks good, isn't it, boys? You got it. All we got to do now is put that other board on and we'll be through. When we started on the dock, we had extension cords out running our saws and the boat lift. We had the hose pre-drilled and all this before we put it in the water, so there wouldn't be any electricity around the water, period. Come on. Gotta come through yours. You got it? I got it. All right, I'm gonna get out. Get ready to run the lift. You like one bolt having it in place. I'll roll it out now for you.
Leland Morton's son Richard was trying to get the last bolt in.
He said, Reed, what about coming in here and jumping in and help me get this bolt? What do you need, Rick?
More, just to lower the lift a little bit. All right, and they can get our shoulder underneath it.
Now just hold on that now. Wait a minute, just hold on. I'll get over here and run it down for you. Ah! Hold on! Ah! Wow! What's wrong down there?
I didn't know what had happened. I thought that he had been cut or he had hammered his thumb. You know, I had no idea what the extent of the accident was. When I got over there, my brother had just a dazed expression on his face.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Pop, gotta unplug the lift.
Hold on! Ah! Go on!
And this time, it does render him unconscious.
I'm calling 911.
Pop, you gotta help me get him out of here. Please.
Seeing Reed in the condition that he was in, I was petrified. I didn't know what to think, really what to do.
911, police, fire, medical. Medical. Where do you need the ambulance at? 5-6.
Chrissy ran next door to a neighbor who called 911.
I think someone might be electrocuted. I'm just not sure exactly what's going on out in the water. Okay, we'll be on the way. All right, bye.
Within minutes, the Richland County EMS boat was dispatched from 3 miles away.
One responding to 566 318 associated 76.
Lexington County fire medic units were also sent to the scene.
Attention Irma, EMS signal 18, possible water rescue.
Need some help! How we gonna get him out? Huh?
Hold on, Richard, I'll help you.
Help, Gary! Get in and help us! Hurry!
Get him up, McQuill, him up. Get him up. Lift.
When I came back down with the blankets, I was terrified. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if he was unconscious or if he was dead.
Come on, son.
Kiri Pitts, a visitor at a nearby house, also ran to the scene.
As soon as I saw what had happened, I went to see how I could help since I was certified in both standard first aid and CPR. I checked for a pulse on Reed, both his wrists and on his neck, and I couldn't find one either place.
There's no pulse. We need to start CPR. There's still no pulse.
Come on, son.
Come on, Reed. Hang in there, buddy.
We continue. It seemed forever.
Please, come on.
And he was not responding. And I wanted to quit. I know he's dead, and things that weird, things we had planned to do flashed through my mind that weren't going to get done.
Within 10 minutes of the call, paramedic Warren Perry got to the scene in the rescue boat.
What do we got? Oh, let me check the pulse. We found a 15-year-old pulseless, non-breathing patient.
Come on, boy. Take it. Come on.
When paramedic Gary Waller arrived with advanced life support equipment, he found that Reed's heart had stopped.
What we try to do then is we try to shock it into beating. We want to try to see if we can jump start it.
Charging paddles. Clear. Checking the pulse. No pulse.
We got VFib again, so we hit him again at 300.
Clear.
I went from hope to complete despair. One of the things that I remember going through my mind was, where would Reed? Where would Reed want to be buried?
VFib again. Innovate. Come on, Reed.
We had the same rhythm. It was still in VFib.
400 joules.
So we went to 400 and decided to hit him again.
Hold that. Clear.
V-tag.
Cultivating.
You have your son back. That's what you think right that moment, just because he's got a pulse. And there were so many things ahead that I wasn't prepared for.
As soon as we got him in the back of the ambulance, I noticed that he wasn't breathing. We rechecked the pulse, there was no pulse. And so we shocked him again.
Clear. Let's go, let's go.
During the 15-minute ride to Lexington County Medical Center, Reed suffered another arrest and had to be shocked a fifth time.
I once was asked, if you had a wish, what would your wish be? I wish not to have to bury my children. That's my wish. Not $10 million. I wish not to bury my children.
At the hospital, Reed was put on a respirator and stabilized, but remained in a coma. His mother, Patricia, came to the hospital as soon as she heard what had happened.
You just never expect to see your child that disabled. But you cling to the hope that that won't be the end result. And you pray, and you pray, and you pray.
Things like brain damage didn't matter right then. My entire thoughts were focused just on his living. As he made that hurdle, I got greedy for him. I want him to have his faculties. He's a special child to me. I got greedy, and I hope it was for him, because I love him more than anything.
After 48 hours, Reed began to regain consciousness.
He was breathing on his own, and then they said, is there anything that you want? There was two things. I don't remember which one was first. One was a Big Mac, and one was a new set of irons. I'm delirious now with joy. I don't know what you could ask for. A 15-year-old that wants his toys and he wants to eat. That's as normal as I think you can get.
Snap those hands across. Well.
Within 3 weeks, Reed Morton had completely recovered.
It's a shock to me, no pun intended. It's a shock to realize what had happened. When I know now what had happened, it's unbelievable that I survived and that I can do the things that I had normally done.
Apparently, the accident occurred when Reed's grandfather stepped on a faulty extension cord, sending an electrical current through the boat dock and into Reed's body. If the cord had been plugged into a ground fault interrupter outlet, it might never have happened.
But when I went out to play golf, I used to say, you know, if I made a bogey, I'd really get upset. But now, I'm here and I can enjoy the hole. That's the important thing. It doesn't matter what you make. It's having the ability to swing the golf club and, you know, think about your shots and all that.
All right, I got it. All right, go, Reed. That's it. Oh!
The most positive benefit that we could get from this tragedy would be if, through CPR training, someone else's life is spared.
I thank God every day that things have turned out for the best and that it's brought our family closer together.
Being able to love your parents and being able to say I love you to them is the most important thing that I got out of this.